Hello everyone, welcome to my May plan with me. This is Mary Beth from Maryberrystudio, and I am hoping that you guys are doing well and hanging in there. So for my May plan with me, I didn't really go into it with a theme, but I did end up gathering some plant pictures and plant stickers and kind of just went for an overall spring theme, I guess. From what you can see, I pulled out a green and yellow Tombow dual brush pen because I thought I was going to use those colors for my theme, but I ended up not doing that. I more so went for greens, blues, and browns. I got all the photos that I'm using today off of a new website. This time I didn't use Unsplash, I used Pexel, which is basically the same concept as Unsplash. Pexel is also a website where photographers can upload their images for people to use with free use. So tried a different platform and I liked it a lot. I was able to find really cute plant pictures. I love photos that are literally covered in plants and greenery. I also like when they have elements of tan in them as well. I think that tan adds a really cozy vibe to photos and it matches my little wooden backdrop as well as paper or book clippings. I always love using book clippings underneath my photos because I feel like it adds a lot of texture to my spreads. I think that it also adds a more scrapbook-like feel to my spreads as well and makes them look kind of vintagey. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go over to your bookshelf and rip up your favorite book. You definitely do not have to do that. I got these pages from a book that I got from a thrift shop. So an easy way to find paper scraps is going to your local library or a thrift shop and looking at their free section. I believe that most places normally have free books because they're normally about to pitch them. So when you do locate the free section and find some free books, always take a look at the inside of the pages because some books have more yellow pages, some have more tan pages, some have more brown pages. I like to grab a kind of variety of different page colors because some page colors will go better with photos if you're looking for that scrapbooky feel. The washi tapes that I went for were this white grid washi tape that I always use. I used also this blue washi tape that kind of has a little design on it. I don't really know how to explain it, but it kind of reminds me of sweaters. But this blue washi tape is kind of what drove this spread because it's so, I guess, it really stands out. So I felt like I had to kind of base a lot of the colors of this spread around this blue washi tape as well as the blue photo on the left. So that's kind of how my spread went from originally going to be green and yellow to green, blue, and brown instead. And I'm really not upset about that at all because blue is probably one of my least used colors. I tend to use a lot of warm tone colors and not a lot of cool tone colors in my spreads. So this was a really nice change of pace. I also ended up using some of my bird theme washi tape in this spread. One of the tapes has little black birds on it and the other one has sunflower seeds on it. I recently fell in love with these bird washi tapes because they are somewhat translucent and they work the same as my favorite white grid washi tape, as in they end up layering really well together with other elements in my bullet journal. And what I mean by that is these translucent tapes do not really demand a lot of attention on the page. They really just add like subtle pizzazz to your pages. They don't really drive a lot of attention or shift the color of a spread to something else like I mentioned with the blue washi tape. Also, if you guys are interested in seeing my entire washi tape collection, last week I put out a video swatching every single washi tape that I owned. I ended up having way more tapes than I thought, so if you want to see my entire collection, I'll leave the link to the video in the cards as well as a link below in the description box. So as you guys can see, I just finished wrapping up my monthly calendar, and I get a lot of questions about this. What I do for my calendar is I don't do the little boxes like you would see with a typical calendar. Instead, I do a line a day kind of thing. Like you can see the numbers on the left hand side, and the numbers correspond with what day it is, and then to the right I write down whatever's most important that I want to get done that day. I normally use this calendar as kind of like a content planner, so it just kind of reminds me, hey, this is coming up in the next coming days. Doing my calendar spreads this way ends up saving me a lot of time. I know a lot of people complain about drawing out huge calendars as a part of their bullet journal setup, and I encourage you to try this method. So far, it's worked out great for me. I know it's not going to be for everyone because some people will use their calendar spread to list out every single thing that needs to be done that day, but for someone that needs something simple, this works out really great. Now, I normally put that section of my monthly spread onto one page, but I got inspired by my best friend Lily NZST to put it on both sides of the page right down in the middle. I thought it was really unique and I wanted to give it a try this month. I think it looks really cute, and it actually saves up a lot of space on the page because I'm not dedicating an entire page to my monthly calendar. I'm instead only dedicating maybe a quarter of the page to it instead. I also want to point out that I wrote my May header as well as the tiny calendar in the bottom left hand side in pencil first. When I am experimenting with a new font for the first time, I like to sketch them out in pencil first because I'm really likely to make a mistake. But when I write it out in pencil first, it gives me the opportunity to erase it and try again. Once I'm happy with whatever I sketched out in pencil, I'll then go over it in pen to make it permanent. I always wait a few minutes for the ink to dry, and then I'll go in with an eraser over top and erase the pencil marks. But like I said, be sure to wait maybe even like 10 minutes before you erase it because I have smeared so many pages because I was impatient to get rid of the pencil marks. So be careful there. But yeah, if you're ever bullet journaling or you're a beginner and you're afraid of making a mistake, try sketching out whatever you're doing first in a spread. This is actually how I started off bullet journaling, and I found that it really helped me build my confidence. Mistakes are definitely a part of bullet journaling, and I know many of us are afraid to even start bullet journaling because we're afraid of making mistakes. However, the beauty of a notebook is that if you do make a mistake, you always just flip the page and you can start again. Alright, so the next thing I am writing out is going to be my goals for the month. I have a few things that I want to work on, and just like last month, I still want to work on increasing my posts on Instagram. I keep ignoring this and I still did not do it in April, so it's one of my goals again this month to work on posting more frequently. I also want to create a schedule for Patreon for when I want to put posts out. I've been going through a really bad habit of posting everything I need to post on Patreon at the very end of the month, but instead I rather work on dispersing my posts throughout the month. I also want to say a really big thank you to everyone that became a patron recently. I don't know why, but within like the last 30 days, a lot of you guys have been signing up for my Patreon, and it warms my heart so much that you guys support me, and I just want to thank you so much. If you guys don't know what Patreon is a platform where you can support your favorite creators, and in return, the creator will give you extra content. For example, myself, I like to do printables, sending mail to your door every single month. If that is something that interests you, be sure to check the link down below in the description box and read more about what Patreon is about and what I personally have to offer. If Patreon is not your jam, I do have a sticker shop where you can get my stickers through there. They are on my domain, maryberrystudio.com. It is a new website, and if you guys want to check it out, the link is also in the description box down below. So I'm getting ready to wrap up this monthly spread, and I'm currently writing out a little bit of a reflection on April and something I want to be focusing on in May. In April, I felt very disorganized. I think I'm not alone in feeling this way because a lot of us have lost our jobs due to recent events. We have a loss of structure to our day, and because of that, it can be really hard to be productive and organized. So in order to help myself, I think I'm going to do daily schedules for myself again. I did this back in college and I found that it was really effective because it kind of let me know what I should be doing every hour of the day. Now, that sounds absolutely insane, but even if you don't stick to the schedule, it gives you a sense of what you should be doing next. It kind of gives you an order of tasks that I really like. Alright, so I'm putting on the finishing touches of this spread. I hope that you guys enjoyed this plan with me. I hope you like how it turned out. It definitely was not what I was originally expecting, but I think it turned out good and I'm happy with how it looks. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and ring the bell for future videos. Also be sure to check all my links down below in the description box, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care and stay well. Bye.